Hi, my name is Celeste Smith with REMAX Associates, and this is John Thomas, my lender partner, with this week's update.
Hello, I'm John Thomas here with Primary Residential Mortgage, here to give you your update. Well, last week was definitely good news for Delaware mortgage rates. They did spike higher to end the week on Friday after the jobs report came out. If you look at the bond chart on the screen, you can see mortgage bonds had been trading lower, moving interest rates higher. And then last Friday, jobs report came out and the mortgage bonds were able to spike higher with the big green candle. So we are going to recommend cautiously floating your Delaware mortgage rate to start the week. The bond is just below a tough ceiling of resistance to 200-day moving average. So if it fails to break above that, it could be turned lower. So you may have to quickly switch to a locking stance. But definitely start the week floating, and let's see if we can build on this gains from Friday. So let's dig into that jobs report that came out on Friday. The first thing is, number of jobs, 192,000 jobs created for March 2014. Unemployment rate did tick up slightly from 6.6 to 6.7%. But, however, the labor force participation rate did tick up from 63 to 63.2%. Now, the labor force participation rate measures the number of people 16 years or older that are currently working or looking for work. So that moving up is a good indication that the economy is on the right track. If that moves down, that means there's less people working, not a good sign. So that was some good news in the report there. We did see weekly initial jobless claims come out on Thursday, and they did spike higher by 16,000 jobs up to 323,000 jobless claims. So that's not good news, but we got to watch the trend. It has been trending lower, so if we can get back to a lower trend on jobless claims, that would be a good sign for the economy. If jobless claims continue to trend higher, that would not be good news. In the housing, we did have some housing news. CoreLogic reported that home prices rose 12.2% from February 2013 to February 2014. So that's a big appreciation rate there. Now, it is slowing down some in 2014, but home prices are still going up. And that was the 24th consecutive month of home prices increase year over year. So that's definitely good news in the housing. And but we do have some more upside potential. We're still about 17% below the peak values in 2006. So it's still a good time to buy. Get out there and take advantage of the upside to the market. And then CoreLogic also reported that foreclosures were down 35% from a year ago. And there's only 4.9% of mortgages in serious delinquency. That is definitely good news for housing. That means the housing market is recovering. People are able to pay their mortgages. Foreclosures are being moved out of the system. So fewer mortgages in delinquency, fewer homes going to foreclosure. So great news on the housing front there. And then in the Senate, there's a bill going to the floor to be voted on, which will reinstate the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Act, which did expire December 31st, 2014. Now, what that was, that is if you short sold or got foreclosed on, typically the IRS would charge you income tax on the difference. So if you owe $200,000 and you short sold for $150,000, you had to pay income tax on that $50,000 difference that you were forgiven. Well, the Mortgage Debt Relief Act said you did not have to pay that. That was great, but it expired December 31st. So there's a bill in the Senate right now to reinstate that so that people that do short sale or get foreclosed on are not burdened with the income tax, and they would make it retroactive back to the beginning of the year. So great news. Hopefully that bill can move through the Senate, go to the House, and then be passed into law. So keep the lookout out for that. And then in the local news, the next free first-time homebuyer seminar is this Saturday. That is April 12th, that's in Dover, Delaware, from 10 a.m. to noon at the Holiday Inn right there on Route 13. And then the next one in Newark is April 19th. Again, that's a Saturday, 10 a.m. to noon. That's at the Christiana Hilton Hotel in Newark.